Welcome to My Latest Fixation. I'm Joshua, and I have a habit of digging into things that don't quite make sense. Think of this as a cabinet of curiosities for the beautifully bizarre. From lonely cryptids wandering through the static, to horror, gaming, obscure history, and the strange little piece of human connection. This is where we take a closer look at all the odd little things that don't quite add up. So settle in, get comfortable, and let's see where this one takes us. There's a character that looks like it was designed by a forest goblin who moonlights as a streetwear designer. Pointy ears, a toothy grin, ears that are a little too wide, an expression that's equally parts playful and just barely feral. Looks like if a mischievous woodland creature and a cartoon character had a baby, and that baby was immediately put into a sealed box so you wouldn't know which version you got until you opened it. That's right, I'm talking about Labubu. Labubu is a character created by Hong Kong-born artist Kaizing Lung from his The Monsters series, a whole fantasy world populated by strange, storybook-like creatures. It's not supposed to be traditionally cute, it has little sharp teeth, mischievous grin expression, eyes that are wide but not quite innocent. It looks like something that might giggle in the dark and then disappear when you turn the lights on. Mart, the Chinese collectible toy company that became a global force in designer blind box toys, licensed Labubu from Kaizing Lung in 2019. At first, it wasn't an instant global phenomenon, but over time, especially after 2024, it went viral. And now, Labubu is everywhere, on bags, on shelves, in TikTok hauls, in celebrities' hands, in the hands of people who swear they're not a collector until they are, and then suddenly they have a whole cabinet labeled Labubu era. Spoiler alert, I don't actually like Labubu. The full honesty here is that those pointy ears, the toothy grin, the way that they look like they're smiling at you when you're secretly plotting your schedule, no. That just does not work for me. But I did find a collection I actually liked. The Rana Monsters Carnival series from Mart. Same store, same blind box vibe, but the designer is softer. More spooky, cute, more my energy. Less forest goblin plotting your schedule, more carnival monster that might actually help you organize your life. That's not the important part. The important part here is why are Labubus so popular? Because I keep seeing them. I keep hearing about them. I keep hearing about the lines, the resale prices, the unboxing videos, the I finally got the one celebrations. And if I'm being honest, I don't really feel the pull. And yet, I feel like the rest of the world does. So today, I'm asking, why are Labubu so popular, even if I don't personally feel the pull? And the answer is not just because they're cute. It's Mart. It's psychology, chance, scarcity, community, identity, and a very specific kind of eerie, whimsical magic that makes you want to keep opening boxes, even when you know you're probably not going to get the secret one. Let's dig in. So, as I said, Labubu is a character created by Hong Kong-born artist Kaizing Lung. And here's the thing about it. Labubu did not become a global phenomenon because Kaizing Lung made it. It became a phenomenon because Mart bought the exclusive IP rights in 2019 and turned it into a mass-produced collectible line. Mart is a Chinese lifestyle and collectible toy brand founded in 2010 in Beijing. They operate over 300 retail stores, 2,000 plus RoboShop vending machines, and 17 plus authorized retailers across 23 plus countries. They specialize in designer vinyl toys sold in blind boxes, sealed packages where you don't know what you're getting until you open it. The design is key. Labubu isn't the same kind of cute as a teddy bear, not all so soft and safe. It's more complicated. It's the cute that says, I could be your friend. I could also nibble your finger. I could also watch you from the corner of your room and not say anything, but I'll be nice, mostly. That specific aesthetic category, ugly cute, weird cute, or sort of kawaii with a twist, it's cute but not purely safe, strange but not fully scary, playful but with a hint of mischief. That tension is powerful. If something is too cute, your brain registers it and moves on. A standard cartoon kitten, pleasant but forgettable. If something is too creepy, you reject it. That's not for me. But if it lives right on the edge, keep looking. Labubu lives on that edge. It's in the same family as gothic dolls, antique ventriloquist figures, vintage clowns, old porcelain figurines that look like they know something you don't. There's a concept in psychology called the uncanny valley. Look back at the previous episodes if you want to know more. When something looks almost human but not quite, it triggers unease. Labubu doesn't fall fully into the valley. It's clearly not human, but it plays right along the edge. It's face-like, expressive, almost alive, but not quite. That tiny cognitive tension is what keeps people hooked. Your brain wants to resolve the contradiction. Is this safe? Is it mysterious? Is it something I trust? That's why Labubu feels personality-filled. It's not just the shape. It's a character, a little monster with a story, even if that story is mostly, I exist now and I'm on your shelf. And that's exactly what makes it irresistible. It's not just cute, it's interesting. And in a world full of content and noise, interesting is the real currency. Now, let's talk about the real engine behind the obsession, Mart's blind box system. First of all, try saying that 5 times fast. When you buy a Labubu figure from Mart, you don't choose it. It chooses you. Or at least that's how it feels. You walk into a Mart store like I did for the first time not too long ago, or you use the app. You see a stack of identical boxes. They all look the same from the outside. You pick one, you pay, you walk out, you open it, and then, oh, it's this one. Oh, wow, it's the secret one. Or, oh, man, I already have one. That experience is the point. Blind boxes are so popular because they turn a purchase into a tiny event. Surprise, anticipation, the chance of getting something rare all at once. They also tap into something very old in us. That feeling of opening a present, chasing a mystery, or waiting for a reveal that could go either way. There's psychology here too. Variable reward is part of the hook. You don't know what you'll get, and that uncertainty keeps the brain engaged. The anticipation is often the real payoff, because your mind starts enjoying the possibility before the box is even open. And that's why people shake the box, or film the unboxing, or buy one more. They're trying to stretch out that moment where anything could still happen. Before you open it, that box isn't just holding a toy. It's holding every version of that toy at once. That's also why blind boxes feel so communal. People post their pulls, trade duplicates, compare rarities, and celebrate the secret figure like they've uncovered treasure. So every purchase becomes content. Every opening becomes a performance, and collecting turns from a private habit into a shared ritual. And Labubu works especially well inside this system because the design itself is already doing half the psychological work. It's not standard cute. It's weird cute, a little mischievous, a little uncanny, just strange enough to make you stare, and just lovable enough to make you want to keep looking. That's the trap. That's the charm. That's the whole trick. You're not just buying a toy. You're buying surprise, identity, and a possibility that maybe, just maybe, this box is that super rare one you wanted. Now, let's talk about the dark twin of blind boxes, scarcity, and how Mart engineers it. When something is hard to get, it becomes desirable. When it's limited, it becomes valuable. When it's discontinued, it becomes legendary. Labubu thrives on this, but it's not accidental. Mart intentionally releases certain figures in limited runs, region-exclusive editions, and discontinues lines that immediately skyrocket in resale value. And then there are the secret figures, the one with incredibly low odds. For example, the Hirono Monsters Carnival series has a secret edition called the Disembodied with a 1 in 72 odds, meaning only 1 in 72 boxes will have it. Labubu has a similar secret figure with even lower odds. Owning one isn't just about liking it, it's about winning, sort of about status. And that's where the resale market comes in. Once something is rare, it becomes a commodity. People pay way more than retail to get it, and that's when the scalpers show up. TechNode reported that rising Labubu demand attracted scalpers and counterfeiters, which only intensifies the sense that getting an authentic Labubu is kind of victory. When people pay double, triple, or even 10 times retail for a small plushie, that sends a message. This is valuable. This is worth chasing. This is worth talking about. That turns a toy into a cultural object. There are even online communities tracking which Labubus are even rare, which are secret, and which ones are worth the most. Some figures are so rare they're basically trophies. Imagine you're at a collector meetup. Someone pulls out a common Labubu. Nice. Someone else pulls out a secret one, and everybody gasps. That's not just a toy, that's proof. It's proof that you were patient. Lucky. You understood the system you were willing to spend. And in collector culture, that's everything. This is also where Beanie Babies come back into the story. In the 90s, people thought their Beanie Babies would make them rich. Some did, most didn't. But the idea that a small plush could be an investment was powerful. Labubu is the same idea, updated by Pop Mart. People know these aren't guaranteed investments, but the possibility that one could be rare, valuable, or legendary is enough to keep the chase going. Pop Mart also has expanded Labubu beyond blind boxes into plush toys, apparel, and home decor. That helps the character move from niche collectible into broader lifestyle branding. That's how an IP lasts. It stops being only a toy and starts becoming an aesthetic. And once that happens, the character no longer lives just inside the toy aisle. It lives on bags, desks, shelves, phone screens, and in the strange little emotional ecosystem people build around themselves. Okay, so full disclosure, Labubu is not my personal monster. It's not my vibe. It's too mischievous, too toothy, too I know something you don't. But that's exactly why it works for some people. Because once a collectible starts feeling like a character instead of just an object, people stop seeing it as something they own and start treating it like something they know. That's where the attachment kicks in. That's why these figures are so easy to project onto. They have faces, they have expressions. They have just enough personality to make your brain fill in the rest. And honestly, that's the part I do get. Because I can look at something like Hirono and immediately start inventing a whole little world for it in my head. Not because I need more stuff, because the design invites story. One figure is cozy, one figure looks like it's judging my choices, one seems like it would absolutely keep a tiny little spreadsheet. And suddenly that shelf isn't just a shelf anymore. It becomes part of the little world somebody builds around themselves. That's the real chick with collectibles like this. They don't stay objects for long, they become little personalities. Tiny emotional anchors. Something between a toy, a charm, and a character you've decided to care about. So when people talk about the Labubu obsession, I don't think it's really just about the toy. It's about the relationship. It's about what happens when a small object starts to feel alive. And once that happens, it's hard to stop seeing the whole blind box world that way. Now, let's do something fun. I'm going to tell you a mini mystery. I want you to solve it in your head. Listen closely. The 3 boxes. You're at Pop Mart. 3 unopened Labubu blind boxes on the shelf, identical from the outside. Now, you know that 1 box contains a common figure, 1 box contains a rare figure, and 1 box contains the secret figure. You don't know which box is which, but you have 3 clues on a tiny note someone left. The secret box is not the leftmost box. The rare box is not the rightmost box. The common box is not the middle box. So, which box is the secret one? Pause. Think it through. Left, middle, right. Common, rare, secret. 3 clues, 3 boxes. Okay, let's solve it together. Clue number 1, secret is not left. So secret is either the middle or the right. Clue number 2, rare is not right. So rare is either left or middle. Clue number 3, common is not middle. So common is either left or right. If secret is middle, rare can't be middle. Secret is there. So rare must be left and common must be right. Check clue 3. Common is not middle. Yes. Okay. So let's check clue 2. Rare is not right. Yes. And now let's check clue number 1. Secret is not left. Yes. That works. So if secret is right, common equals left, since common is not the middle. Rare is middle, since rare is not right. Check clue 3. Common is not middle. Yes. Check clue 2. Rare is not right. Yes. Check clue 1. Secret is not left. Yes. So that also works. So both middle and right are possible. This mystery is a trick. There are 2 valid solutions. The real answer is the secret box could be either the middle or the right box. The lesson from this: sometimes the mystery isn't about finding one perfect answer. Sometimes it's realizing the rules are more complicated than you thought, which is kind of like blind boxes. You think there's one lucky outcome, but there are many. And sometimes the thrill is just in the guessing. Now, let's zoom out. As strange as Labubu's popularity seems, it connects to something very old. Humans have always collected small objects that carry emotional weight. Charms, figures, tokens, masks. Little carved figures meant to protect, symbolize, or comfort. We're meaning-making creatures. Put a face on an object and we assign it personality. Give it a story and we assign it value. Make it rare, well, we assign it power. Labubu fits this pattern beautifully. But it's not just Labubu. It's Pop Mart's entire system that makes it work. It's modern commerce dressed up as mythology. A collectible toy that behaves a little like a charm. A mass-produced object that still feels singular once it enters your life. That's why these figures inspire strong attachment. Small enough to hold, strange enough to notice, expressive enough to feel like companions. Same instinct that made people collect Beanie Babies in the 90s, Pokemon cards in the 2000s. Pop Mart characters like Hirono, Nemo, and Crybaby today, and now Labubu, the toothy pointed ear star of Pop Mart's blind box era. Same hunger, just updated by Pop Mart. Objects change, psychology doesn't. We still want to gather, display, and cherish. We feel like we've captured something intangible. So why do Labubus keep getting more popular? Because Pop Mart built the entire system. The design draws people in. The blind box system keeps them returning. Scarcity makes the objects feel valuable. Celebrity exposure spreads awareness. Social media turns each purchase into content. Community turns collecting into identity. And Pop Mart has all of this infrastructure. They've got the 300 plus retails globally, the 2,000 plus RoboShop biddings. They've got 700 plus retailers in 23 countries, a global app for online purchases, products delivered to 52 countries and regions. That combination is hard to beat. In addition, Pop Mart also owns 93 IPs total, 12 proprietary, 25 exclusive, and 56 non-exclusive. They work with over 350 artists and have an in-house design team that optimizes IP images based on market feedback. Pop Mart expanded Labubu beyond blind boxes into plush toys, apparels, and home decor. That helps the character move from niche collectible to broader lifestyle planning. And that's the secret. It's not that people love a little monster with jagged teeth, but people love what the monster lets them feel. Luck, delight, belonging, and the possibility that the next box might contain something extraordinary. That is why Labubus are so popular. That is why they keep spreading, and that is why once you notice them, they seem to be everywhere. So, next time you see a Labubu, look at it for a second. Really look at it. Notice the eyes, the teeth, the expression. And remember, this isn't just a toy made by an artist. It's a character created by King Sing Lung, licensed, mass-produced, and distributed by Pop Mart. Sold in sealed boxes, designed to make you feel better, designed to make you buy more. Engineered with scarcity, secrets, and the odds that make you chase. It's a little monster waiting on your shelf, watching you. Part of your story, and maybe it's collecting you, just not as much as you're collecting it. Thanks for listening to this episode. If you have a Labubu, or want one, or are already deep in the Pop Mart blind box cycle, tell me about it. I want to know your story, your secret, your favorite figure. And if you're more into Hirono like me, tell me about that too. I want to know your manager, Hirono. Until next time, keep your eyes on the shelves and maybe keep one box unopened, just in case the secret one is still out there. Stay curious, stay obsessed, and stay human. Catch you in the next one. And just like that, this week's obsession comes to an end. Thanks for getting wonderfully lost with me. If you'd like to keep this cozy corner of the strange alive, everything you need is waiting in the notes below. Or head over to my website, MyLatestFixation.com, where the magic quietly hums. You can browse peculiar merch, learn the story behind the show, or leave a little offering. Spend $50 or more and you'll get free shipping. Have a dark history footnote, a lonely cryptid, or digital mystery you think I absolutely need to fixate on? Send your thoughts via carrier pigeon, if you can find one with a good sense of direction. Otherwise, the website works much better. And if you enjoyed your stay, share the show with another kindred spirit. That's how our tiny, haunted hearth keeps growing. Stay curious, stay obsessed, and stay human.